What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to actually be installing an exterior modification that I think will look amazing on the vehicle. It is a Wickerbill from ZL1 Addons. So let me show you what I got. What's going on, everybody? We got a package today. About to do a quick unboxing. I'm actually kind of nervous about this, man, because I know what I ordered, but I'm not sure how everything fit. Always got to rock the Ravens. If you don't know, that's the squad. But I'm not sure if everything could actually fit in this box. So we're get ready to actually open this and show you guys what I got for the Shelby today. All right. Definitely missing some shit, but it is what it is. So as you'll see, ZL1 Addons, right? Oh, they actually, this is cool. Hey man, I messed with ZL1 for this. So it basically says that, it kind of spoiled it, but I have a Wickerbill in here, right? I ordered something else from ZL1, but they actually put a letter in here that said that, you know, they went ahead and shipped out the Wickerbill ahead of time, which is cool. Cause I was worried. I'm like, I don't know how everything else is gonna fit in this box. Looks like we pretty much just got hardware, you know, for the Wickerbill. This right here is gonna be the tool that's needed for the riv nuts. Okay, you got the riv nuts in here. Basically all the hardware you need is right in here. All right, my bad. I had to go ahead and open it. I was struggling with one hand, so I went with the polished. If you go on their website, you'll be able to see multiple options for the Wickerbill. There's a standard option, there's a polished option, and Jesus. All right, so you got standard, you have polished, and I think you have like a tinted option as well. This right here is the polished. The finish on the edges is really what they're referring to. It's a polished edge instead of like a machined edge. Then you have this portion. Standard tape. Overall, I mean, the packaging seems actually pretty decent. You know, one gripe I have about ZL1 is their damn shipping prices. Like, they charge a lot for fucking shipping. A whole lot. Like, the shipping was 43 damn bucks. You know what I mean? Once again, this has like plastic. I don't know if you can see that. It has plastic. It looks like it just needs to be taken off. Because you'll kind of see like imperfections. You'll see like little bubbles and things like that. But it's clearly like a plastic film on these that needs to be taken off, which is perfectly fine. So this is basically what it is, man. I went ahead and got this because obviously on the Shelby, I wanted originally a GT350R style spoiler. So either you get the one that's, you know, OEM, that's gonna run you about 2 stacks. You know, you can get like a cheap aftermarket one that's gonna, you know, flip and flop in the wind, or you get like one that's like there's like an Anderson composite one, and then there's another one that's a little bit more expensive. The Anderson composite one is like maybe 600 bucks, and then there's the one that's about 1,200. And then on top of that, you're literally going to pay for, not pay for, but you're gonna have holes in your trunk because you have to drill in your trunk and all that type of stuff. So I don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't want to deal with that whatsoever. So I decided for the Shelby just to go ahead and get the Wickerbill portion. So the Wickerbill is gonna, install. Got to do some drilling into the spoiler, but or the rear wing, however you want to say it. Got to do some drilling into that. Use the riv nut tool to kind of secure it, right? And so it'll pretty much just kind of extend it out a little bit. Obviously, you've all seen Wickerbills before, but I felt like this car needed something different. Like that spoiler is just, it's a good looking car from the front and everything, but I feel like the back is kind of lagging a little bit. All right, everybody. So the first thing that needs to happen is, ideally, you want to have some type of Sharpie, like a gray Sharpie or something like that, where you can actually mark on the spoiler, your drilling points. Okay, I don't have that. Searched my whole crib. I was going to use chalk at one point, but the holes are too small for that to happen. So, as I said previously, there's a center hole, right? You're going to get that center hole aligned up with the middle of your spoiler. So for S550s, that rear view camera, if you have stripes also, that's right here in the center. Okay, so, but the rear view camera is centered. So basically, what I'm going to do is mount up. Okay, so this edge is supposed to be flat with this part right here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm basically just gonna align where I want that first hole. Okay, that looks about right to me, right? About right there. Okay, the top edge is flush. Okay, and then what I'm gonna try to do is take the drill bit and I'm just gonna put a little score in it. Okay. All right, so I know you can't see that on camera, but I can clearly see where that hole is. My car is dirty too because it got caught in the rain, but so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually, I'm actually gonna wipe this off so it's a little bit easier to see, and then I'll get that first drill, and this is with the small drill bit. I'm gonna get that first one drilled out. Just wanna make sure you don't go through the spoiler, okay? Let me do one last test. Yeah, so that works for me. So I'll get that first hole drill, and then I'll take the screw. I'll go ahead and tighten it down a little bit. That way I can go ahead and mark these other places, and then we'll get all the holes drilled, and then basically just get everything mounted up, so it should be pretty quick. Okay, so I tried to wipe it off a little bit. Didn't really help too much, but we're gonna go ahead and slowly get this pilot hole drilled out. What I recommend, you can get some painter's tape and wrap it around. That way you kind of set the depth of the drill. I'm just gonna take it slowly. It's just very thin plastic, so it shouldn't take much pressure. You don't want to go through the other side. All right. That's a clean hole. That came out very well. So next thing we're gonna do is just go ahead and get that mounted up, like I said, with that screw, and I'll go ahead and start marking the rest of them. Okay. So when you do it, you just want to make sure it's snug. It doesn't need to be completely tight. The screw is pretty long because it's also going to have that other piece on there as well. Now it's time to kind of like not mount, but get the other holes aligned. So now that I have the, all right, so now that we have the holes marked, I'm pretty confident in those marks. We're going to go ahead and drill the rest of these holes. Just remember, the last 2 holes are gonna be the bigger drill bit, all right? Because that's where the rivet nuts are gonna be. So I have one up here, and I have one down here. That's where the rivet nuts are gonna be. All right, so it's the last 2 holes. So looks like you'll have five holes with the small drill bit, and then 4 total of the big drill bit. Just remember to do this very slowly. Take your time so you don't mess anything up. All right, so one thing I noticed is that with the big bit, it's a little bit more difficult to pull out because it catches the material. Didn't mess anything up or whatever, but just keep in mind, you might have to kind of put it in reverse to bring it back out. So I have one more hole to drill, and then we'll go ahead and get those 4 rib nuts, and then everything else just, using a screwdriver and mounting it up. That didn't actually go all the way through. It's my fault. Awesome. All right, so we got all the holes drilled. Let me show you something about what this rivet nut tool. So with this tool, it's gonna come with a metal band on here just to keep it closed. You're gonna have, like I said, the proper extension comes in the hardware pack, okay? So you're gonna have a double-sided, like a double-threaded deal here. Then you're gonna have this piece, all right? The short end goes inside of here and it drills, not drills, but it screws in here, all right? And it should be noted that it's reverse thread, okay? So you're gonna spin it counterclockwise. It's in, okay? This part right here then goes on top, all right? This is also reverse threaded. So basically what you're doing is you're gonna turn it until it's flush against this part, all right? So, and you're good. So as you see, like when you squeeze it, it pulls the thread in. So these are the actual rib nuts, okay? Sorry, I'm so close. This is the rib nut. You're gonna have a flared end. Let me see if I can focus on that. You have like a flared end. This end screws onto the base, okay? This is my first time doing this. So if I mess something up, it is what it is. So what I did is I actually just put it on here until it's flush. I'm not tightening it down, I'm not doing nothing like that. I'm gonna stick it in the hole and we're gonna squeeze and then release, and it should release itself. Well, I'm sorry. Once you squeeze, it'll basically adhere itself to that hole, and then you'll have to turn this, okay, to get the rivet nut, to get the tool off the rivet nut because it's threaded on right now, okay? So let's see what that looks like. So my goal is to do this without really getting in the shot. Once again, I have this threaded on here, the rivet nut threaded on here flush, all right? I'm gonna stick it in there. All right, my hole is not big enough. I don't want to force anything, so I'm just trying to take it easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open it up carefully. I'm just gonna open it up a tad bit more. So let's try again. I'm gonna try this one up here. Ooh. Forearms hurt, you know? All right. Kind of looks sketch a little bit on the inside. Hopefully the threads are good enough to screw in, but that's what that looks like. So you'll notice once you put yours on, it will have a flex in the actual Wickerbill. There's actually like some flex. So because of that, that's why the riv nuts are needed at the end, because it doesn't want to curve, you know, it more so wants to stay flat, okay? So you add the extra strength over here, that way it can keep it curved, okay? So let's get this other one done. Hopefully it's a little bit easier. I got a flush on here. Oh, that went in easily. All right, so we are officially done with the hard part as far as getting the holes measured. The important part now is just to kind of, you know, wipe off your vehicle real quick and then basically get everything mounted up. You know, I got the 4 riv nuts. Hopefully the threads aren't bad. With the screws that mount in the first 5, they're gonna self-tap into the material. So as long as you screw it in slowly, it's gonna self-tap properly. All right, so basically just gonna get this mounted up. I'm not gonna actually take off the protective film just yet, but I'm gonna get ahead and get it mounted up. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I did not tighten this down. What I'm gonna do is basically get everything kind of set, and then I'm gonna start tightening. Anytime you have something curved and the outside edge is curved, right? You wanna get the center and then flatten it. All right. So I'm happy that so far the holes have mounted up properly. So now it's time to test out these riv nut holes. I'm gonna tell you right now, one of them looks kind of off. This one over here looks off to me. I'm hoping this works. It looks so off right now. All right, so I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This rivet over here is a little bit too far to the right. The good thing is the holes that are in the actual Wickerbill are a little bit bigger than what you need. So I'm kind of putting it in at a little bit of an angle. I'm gonna tighten that one down last. So everything else was perfect. It's just that this one. And this is why you gotta have a Sharpie or use something like that to really make sure your measurements are proper. All right, so I'm actually about to take this back off, you know, because I thought it was gonna be easy to take off the protective film, but you know, while it's on, but it's not. So just gonna unscrew everything and then take off the film and put it back on. No, okay, so the funny part is, this part right here is texture. This part right here is texture. And then you have like a gloss side. Seems like the gloss side is gonna be facing up. You know what I mean? But so I had it actually backwards the last time anyway. I don't know if that had anything to do with, you know, the way it fit, you know, the way my holes are drilled, but it looks like this texture side is actually gonna face the bottom. And then this side right here is gonna face up. All right, guys. So this wraps up the installation. I'll definitely say I'm satisfied with this. Just to let you guys know, this is the polished version of the Wickerbill for the S550s. So, like I was saying before, the standard is going to have a machined edge instead of a polished edge, and I think this is going to be clear. Okay, and then there's another option as well, which is like a smoke tinted, and so I think this is going to be a little bit darker, but it looks pretty good. It gives it a little bit extra flair. Install, I would say, was a I guess my opinion is a little bit biased, but install, I would say maybe like a 3 or a 4. It's pretty simple, you know. Just don't make the mistakes that I did, as far as, you know, not taking off the protective film ahead of time, and your measurements, because as you can see, this is sticking out just a tad bit. It's because it's kind of in at an angle. So, but other than that, it looks good. So, let me do like a cold start. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate y'all. I got another video coming here soon. I actually might do it today. I'm not sure, man. We got nice weather for once in Indiana. It's gonna rain tomorrow, but it's supposed to be like 60 degrees and sunny out here. So I might go ahead and knock out another video, but I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all right? Like my shit, all right? Peace.